So complement was primarily an antibacterial cascade, antibacterial chemicals, although they did promote inflammation as well. Interferons are primarily antiviral. They interfere with viral replication. So what's happening with interferons? Well, if a cell is infected by some virus infection, it can start producing interferons. So the interferons are actually produced by some virally infected cells, body cells, but also produced mostly by white cells. So body cells can produce interferon, white blood cells can produce interferons. And they act against a wide range of viral infections, so they are part of the non-specific system. Now, viral reproduction is inside cells. Viruses are intracellular parasites. So what happens is a virus gets in the cell, and when the virus is in the cell, it hijacks the body's own protein-making systems and orders the body's or the cell's own protein-making systems to make more viruses. It hijacks the protein-making factory for its own reproductive purposes. So viral reproduction is inside cells. And when cells are infected, they will secrete interferons. And what the interferons do is the interferons bind to interferon receptors in adjacent cells. So the white blood cell or the body cell that's infected with the virus releases interferons. These interferons diffuse out locally, and adjacent body cells have interferon receptors on their membranes, so when the interferon comes along, it fits onto that cell membrane. And that triggers off changes inside the cell that promote the resistance of the cell which has been stimulated by the interferon to resist the viral infection. So here we have a virally infected cell. Could be a white blood cell or a body cell. And what we can see it's doing is it's releasing interferon molecules. So here's the interferon molecules being released by the virally infected cell. And here we have an adjacent body cell in the area. And on this adjacent body cell, there are specific interferon receptors. The interferon will bind to these specific interferon receptors. That will trigger changes inside this cell, which make this cell more able to resist viral infections, make it more able to resist the viral infections, because this cell's virally infected. And basically it's warning its adjacent cells. And what that's kind of doing is it's producing a firewall against the viral infection. So functions of interferons: stimulate cells to produce antiviral enzymes. Once the cell is stimulated by the interferon, it will produce enzymes which act against the viruses. It actually inhibits the cell's ability to produce new proteins altogether. Okay, that's going to reduce the cell's physiology for a period of time, but it's going to mean that the cell is unable to produce the new viral particles because it can't produce the new proteins. There is some effect on neutrophils and macrophages as well. And actually there's some anti-tumour and anti-metastatic function of interferons. Interesting, because this means that the body has some ability to fight tumours and to prevent the process of metastasis, the spread around the body on its own as a result of these innate mechanisms, this one based on interferons.